Welcome back everyone. Today we're in the Giants editor and I'm Joel. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I appreciate all the new subscribers. The channel's growing quickly and I do thank you. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please hit that subscribe button. It helps the channel and it's free. I'm going to go ahead and get started today on a tutorial to do with the limit to texture, how to use limit to texture. Basically, when you're painting down your stuff on your map, this is a Farming Simulator 22 map. If you click on the terrain detail texture paint mode right here, the little red pencil area, and you decide you want to paint something, you come under the terrain editing, and if you don't have that open, you click on window and click on terrain editing, and you can open all the rest of these here as well. Scene graph, attributes, and user attributes and terrain editing are the main four that you use, and you also use material editing, and the rest is just here or there. And then you have a console for the bottom, and you click it and it opens up a console down here, and you can look there for errors and things. But for now, we're going to go ahead and jump right in. This is your texture layer, and right now it's on grass, and this is your limit to texture, and then you can pick one. So what we're going to do is roll in. I'm gonna turn that off a minute and roll on down, and as you can see here, I have some concrete, dirt, and gravel. Okay, for now we'll worry about that in a minute. I put that down just for examples. And so now we're going to roll in, and we say we want this right here. Say this is our sidewalk, and say this is a driveway, and then we want to plant. Say that we had a flower bed here, but we're done with the flower bed. We don't like it, and we want to plant grass here now. So say we put it on the grass because that's what we want to paint there. Then you take and click on the limit to texture and you put it on dirt because that's what this is, dirt. And you'd have to make sure that you chose which dirt it really was, because there's other dirts right here, so you'd have to make sure it was on the right one, so you'd have to verify that. But we'll put it on dirt, and now we have grass that will only paint on dirt. It's not going to paint on the concrete or the gravel. So we're going to turn on the texture paint mode, and then we're going to left click and make sure your left mouse button is on add, and then we'll just left click and look, it only paints on the dirt. And if we did it over here, only on the dirt. See? So now we can paint that right in. Well, say we look at that and we don't like that and we want dirt again. You'd put this on dirt, and then you'd put this one on grass because that's what's there, and then you would go over it. And then now it will go on grass because the grass is selected, so it's going out here, so you'd have to be careful of that area. But as long as it's not somewhere, like if it was say you want the gravel to only be painted dirt. See that dirt right there? Okay, so we're going to put dirt for what we want to paint, and then we're going to put it on gravel. So now when we paint, it's only going to paint the gravel, not the concrete, not the grass or anything else. Only that. It only painted the gravel. It won't paint, see, I'm holding it down. It won't paint the concrete. So now if you want, say you want something else to paint, say you want say you wanted concrete there, so you would have it on concrete, and then you would put it on dirt because you want it to paint there, and it's not going to paint that grass. It'll only paint here. See? And it will paint out here because that's grass out there. You got to remember that. So you know, you can get most of it, but you'd have to be careful on this corner. So now I'm going to roll over here, and as you can see, I got some painted down for examples. And this first one is pig mud. So, or actually it's animal mud, not pig mud. And say we want grass to be there. So we would put it on grass up here, and then we would put it on animal mud here, because we don't want anything but the animal mud to be grass. So then when you paint over it, it only gets the animal mud. Now this is dirt. So see, if we want to paint that grass as well, we click on the dirt, and it's already on the grass that we want to paint, and it only paints on the dirt. And as you can see, it only painted dirt. Okay, so now we have a pathway here. This one is right there. So say we want pathway to go on grass. Then we're going to put it on grass and put it on pathway that we're painting. Put the grass, that's to limit this to grass only. And then we're going to come on here and it only paints that pathway on there. This was pathway, so that went only on the grass. See the grass? Anywhere there's grass. See? And it goes out here because there's grass there. But it don't go on anything else. See, it's not painting anything else. So, say you want, and if you're painting, if you're painting like in the field, I guess I'll paint it here a little bit, just barely. It's not a lot you can do with it. We'll just paint a little forest ground. We got to take this off. Remember, if you're trying to paint and it's not working, take it off of the limit to texture if you're just freehanding. And say you're painting and you're making the ground the way you want it to be all pretty. Say you're trying to get a little forest ground in, you can get a little other grass in. You're just doing it free-handed for now, just right this second, because we on the concrete. Alright, so now say you want to get grass down there next to it, but you don't want to get onto the forest ground. You're going to put this here on forest ground, like that, and then you're going to put this one on grass, and then you can paint next to it, and I meant to say concrete. What? Put it on concrete in this case because we're on concrete. So we want grass to go only on concrete and not the forest ground. That's what I meant to say. And then you want to paint it next to it. Say we're just getting a little touch, see, and going around a little bit here, a little bit there, just because we're painting little different textures. Now say we want dirt now, and we want dirt to not go on either of these, but only on the concrete. Okay, so now we can paint next to it and it'll go right up to it, see, where we painted but not get on there, so we don't take away what we just did. And then this helps you paint different ground textures, and I'll roll in where you can see what's going on a little bit better. But as you can see, kept our forest ground, kept our grass, and now we have that, and then we can just keep working our way that way. And you would put it on whatever was there. So typically you wouldn't be on concrete, you'd be on grass, so you would say limit to grass most of the time, and then you would be able to paint it without getting all the stuff you just painted messed up. So if you wanted one more, say you want, let's see what else we have, gravel. Let's just say we want gravel on the edge of all this dirt. Say we're coming up on a road or something, then you would put gravel and limit to concrete, and then it would get this, and you would limit it to concrete, and now you didn't mess all your work up. It's only going to paint on the concrete, as you can see. So this helps you if you're really working hard to paint all different little textures and dirt and forest ground, whatever you're trying to do. It helps you do that. And you can do this also with the field stuff. So if we'll come here, we'll just make us a little field here. Now this will be also shown in another video coming up that I have made on farmlands. I'll be posting soon. It's a longer video, so I'm waiting right now because it's a big file. I'm going to post something smaller. But for now, what you would do is click on here and go terrain detail. This is under foliage layer painting. And then you would click on ground type. And in this case, we're going to pick harvest ready. And we'll just paint it right here. Alright. So what you would do, I'm just going to paint this area for now. But what you would do, if you want this not to paint certain spots, like say we don't want it going on concrete now. We would put it on concrete. Well, we would say we only want it to go on concrete, my bad. We would put it on concrete, and now when we paint, it's only going to go on the concrete. See that? So basically you can do that with this as well. So now we have this, and so we're making a field, and we want the field to have the other stuff, the foliage in the field, the wheat in the field. We would put this up here. Let me see where we're at. Turn that back off for a minute. Alright, click this on. We'll go to wheat. Then whatever this was here, should have been dirt. No, it was concrete, wasn't it? We'll put it on concrete, or we'll see if it's concrete. I don't remember. go to harvest ready. Now we can plant this, and notice how it's only painting it on where that concrete was under that, and there was dirt under this one, or grass, I can't remember. So you would have to pick that. You would have to pick the grass. If it was grass, it wasn't grass, so it's only going to paint where the grass is now. See it? Alright. Now if it was dirt, pick dirt, it's going to paint it. There you go. See? Now you painted it. So whatever was under there, whatever texture was under there. So let's undo that real quick and I'll show you. One more. There we go. Now see, that's a little grass, that's concrete, that's dirt. So what you would want to do before painting your field is, in my opinion, is make it blank, and then you would paint it a solid color. So say if it was concrete you were using, I would go to paint it and just paint it. Am I on concrete? No, I put it on the wrong spot. There we go. Concrete. There we go. Now you would want it just that where you were painting. Now you don't have to do that, because if you're painting it, you're going to only be on grass, because you already have grass out there and you're putting your field on the grass. So typically it would be grass, but since I'm over here where you can see, I'm putting it as concrete. So now that's all concrete. We'll just take all this away. So now when I paint, the field's only going to go on the concrete. So we're going to roll back down. We're going to put a limit to the concrete. And now we're on the weed, on the foliage layer. When the foliage layer is this one, the terrain foliage paint mode. And then you got harvest ready. So now in this case we turn it back to detail, terrain detail, and click on ground type and put it on harvest ready, and we'll paint down this first, only on the concrete. See, it's not getting in the grass, it's only going wherever that concrete is. See, it's limiting it to that. I'm going in the grass and it's not getting there. See, so now we need it to go to the other terrain detail height. Click on it again, put it on wheat, then we'll change the layer state to harvest ready, and we have it on concrete because that's what was here. Now if it was grass that was there, you'd have to put that, but if it was grass, you would have it already kind of, it would go wherever it wanted because it was all grass. So painting another thing down wouldn't hurt, basically, is what I'm saying. So now it's only going to go on the concrete. See, it went on that little speck on the outside of it, but it's not going in the grass. See? Alright, but anyway, I think that pretty much is good enough examples of what you can do. You can do all these. You can do any one of these. These are different field foliage, so you can pick that. You can pick other stuff. You don't have to pick wheat. You could pick barley, and you could pick harvest ready on the barley, change it up, whatever you want to do. But and then hit save, of course. But that's how you use the limit to texture. I just wanted to show the beginners a little bit of that if you didn't understand, and there's so much you can do with it. It's really nice. But anyway, I'm gonna call that a video. Hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Please hit that like button, subscribe, turn on your notification bell if you want to receive a notification every time I post a video. Goodbye, everybody.